Now, the Daily Graphic is reporting this morning. We will protest. I mean, we would ask for fair regulation of the pricing regime.
And labourer deserves his wages.
Yes, but we want to make sure they are fair wages.
Well, let's see. We'll talk about that.
Anyway, the Daily Graphic says here, revive Akosombo Texas to create jobs. That's Akwamuman here appealing to government there. And high voter turnout expected in 2024 elections there. The biggest story on the front page is 500,000 herbalists unlicensed.
500 what?
Thousand.
Hey,
What?
500,000.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes, I was also shocked when I saw the number, but they give some breakdown here. So over 521,000 traditional and alternative medicine practitioners operating in the country. But how are there so many like that?
500,000. Wow.
Yeah. Well, are unregistered and unlicensed. Keywords, unregistered and unlicensed. This is the Regulatory Council beginning their clampdown. The Traditional Medicine Practitioners Council, TMPC, they are the ones telling us this.
Wow.
Now, the figure includes about 321,000 unregistered or unlicensed traditional medicine practitioners and over 200,000 complementary alternative medical practitioners. Now, the practitioners and institutions who are operating illegally constitute more than 80% of the local traditional and alternative medicine industry. The industry comprises health shops that trade in traditional and alternative medicines, spas, wellness centers such as gyms, massage parlors, alternative and other, they are all inclusive. So see, it's not just the herbalist.
Oh, okay.
They are talking about, that's why I mentioned, I separated the two. That when it comes to unlicensed traditional medicine practitioners, 321,000 is what they're talking about. But over 200,000 complementary alternative medical practitioners.
The 300,000 itself
It's a very huge
Very
number,
huge
right?
number.
Yes, and
Seriously,
well,
I mean,
but this
That's
is
like
coming
1% of our population.
that's coming from the Traditional Medicine and Practice Council. Perhaps we'll get clarification from them. The industry comprises health shops, as I mentioned earlier, healing camps, the massage parlors, the psychic healers, the herbalist, the medical herbalist, training institutes, homeopathic clinics, chiropractic clinics, acupuncture clinics, and centers, including the other clinics that are known within the space. Why is this important? I know many people, sometimes when they cannot afford, orthodox medicine, look up to, in fact, some people have been told that traditional medicine is better than orthodox medicine. I don't know the facts to back that, because clearly we have established orthodox medicine as the standard practice. The difficulty in traditional medicine is that without proper, and if you have this number of people engaged in there, unlicensed, unregulated, it will be difficult to know the practice they are engaged in, whether or not it is right or not. We have some of them. Remember the center at Mampong?
Yeah.
Yes, did a lot of
Plant
work. They are
medicine,
doing, and KUST did herbal medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not as if the area is largely unregulated. But if you have this huge number in that space, then there's trouble. Because I know today, people who are purporting to sell some drugs in the name of medicine, especially for action. For action.
Sexual enhancement.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, come on. Who are destroying the kidneys of people in this
Exactly.
republic? Yes, they are heavily destroying the kidneys of people in this republic. That's why this clampdown is important. At least, let's separate them. Let's even have a list of the registered ones, properly published, so that we know who we are going to if there is a need to even pursue alternative medicine in the first place.
You know, somebody offered me this traditional medicine. Oh, you have high blood pressure. I'll do. I said, I beg you.
Yeah.
You let me take. So, you know, these orthodox medicine, they give you side effect. I say, at least there's research.
Yeah, at least you know the side effects
I know
ahead
the
of
side
time.
effect ahead of time.
It will warn you that.
No, I know the side effect
Yes.
ahead of time. Okay, so if I see the side effect, I can actually go and have the medicine changed for me. But I don't even know the dosage. You're just giving me something. And you see, that's the problem. There are very good herbal hospitals here with
Very good.
drugs that are certified by the Food and Drugs Authority. so you can go for them. But please don't just meet anybody who promises that I will give you, medicine for sexual enhancement or sexual performance, and then you buy it.
And they
What do you
try
need
to
that
ride
for?
on the testimony of one or two persons who it might have worked for them.
Yeah.
In marketing
Yeah.
these products. Oh, do it, yeah, pow. That kind of thing.
Yeah, but knowing fully, for example, that a condition, even though you may have similar symptoms, might be different from mine, and they have not done any proper assessment of your status. We cannot, and it's so dangerous. Diagnosis is so important, but they'll speak to you one or two things, then they'll do. Those days they will touch your head and touch your shoulder small. And so this is and again, this also includes psychic healers. I didn't know that they still existed. I thought so. Some people are taking over already. Some people are taking over. Anyway,
Okay, so let's do the daily guide, the lead story.
before you move to that, IEA is tomorrow holding its first presidential encounter.
Not debate.
Not debate, presidential encounter
And who's
tomorrow.
gonna be there?
I'll give you that detail soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
To the daily guide, some of the lead stories. Mahama has no misses who says about Mia Sagle Mehalson, two bidders shortlisted for the project, and NDC demo don't misbehave. Police warns protesters, and even the former president John Mahama is also telling those who participate that it is supposed to be a peaceful demonstration. Everybody should be guided by that.
And the revelation is that it is Winston's good friend, Nana Kwame Bediako, who will be taking the first opportunity at the presidential encounter.
Oh, okay.
So the new force, not the new false, the force will be the very first presidential encounter tomorrow.
I've come across a lot of young people who say they want to vote for him because he represents hope for the future.
I heard his economic guy the other time here.
Solid guy.
I was impressed with him.
Yeah.
It will do him a lot of good if the economic guy
Speaks on his
speaks
behalf.
consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes he appears not to get what he's saying right. So I mean, I'm not sitting here to, treat anybody with kick gloves, but he appears not to understand, not to understand what he's
the
saying.
economic guy,
Yeah.
that's Hubert
So he can,
Bedu.
yes, he can get other people.
Makes a lot of sense. And I got calls from some of my, professors saying, oh, I could understand him.
Young man,
Young
I
man
mean, very
making a lot of
brilliant guy.
sense.
I was impressed with his
he understands
output.
what he's talking
He's
about.
selling the economic policies. What about the other policies as well? So
Maybe
that's where
you can get-
Kwame Bediako himself comes
No,
on
he
board.
doesn't.
No, we
have to
can
sell
get
any
other
policy.
sector spokespersons. You give a point. The MPP and the NDC, they have their sector spokesperson. I mean, sometimes it will be too much action that you will know everything. Yes, but if you appear not to, if you want to be president of this republic, and you appear not to understand the difference between debt and what they call it,
Equity.
and equity, it's. I mean, especially when you're the one talking about it, there's fundamentally a problem. No, I mean, wasted that.
One of my friends in journalism school said something years ago. He said, he's Kenyan. He said, my brother, see, these are things that we used to do. Then they put terms on it and teach us again.
Well, please move on.
Debit the receiver credit.
No, I mean, in this case,
These are basic
in the case of these are things he probably may practice, but he doesn't know that's how you refer to them. Yeah.
Still on the daily guide, you have a minister calls for unity to protect child's right. That is Darko Newman. And IEA presidential debates set for September 18. That is on the front page of the daily guide as well. And if you go through the entertainment page, Guru rejoins the University of Ghana SRC presidential race.
Maradona. Maradona is back.
This thing about non-rating,
I see,
I won't talk about
I do not know whether they have changed the constitution, but I recall the last time we worked on that constitution. There was very good reason why a certain groupings were not immediately, because we formed them into different ends. And I do not know whether that system has also changed. But which policy? I see people saying that he's contesting. Which policies, which issues? Because mostly people want to be presidents of SRC and Legon. They try to either ask for a reduction in school fees, push specific policies. Some too say that they are handsome, so you should vote for them. I know people who purport to have won.
Fresh boy.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, I had always rejected that, even though it was popular within certain circles. But how can it be? Not because I do not qualify by the handsome title, but
let's go to the
nobody
new
should
finder.
be winning election
Let's
because
go to the new finder. But there's
because they
actually-
claim to be.
there's actually-
struggle
no,
at
there's,
GCR
there's,
level,
there's
right?
actually there's evidence. There's evidence to show that some people vote for certain persons because of their looks.
Yeah, those people should not be voting in universities.
Not a lot of people though, but there are some people who vote just because just because of looks.
Yeah, you mentioned that
And
nice boy, nice boy.
in the build up to the 2008 American primaries, there was still a third of Democrats who wished that Bill Clinton would be on the ballot. They would have voted for him. Lawrence Rees. Lawrence Rees has a book, Selling Politics, where he says that Abraham Lincoln in today's election would have lost
Well,
based on how he looked.
anyway, now the new finder is reporting this morning: plastic waste crisis. World Bank supports ECOWAS. That's an interest. There's a story that Johnny's did, I think last week or so, about how now when they bring the what do people say? Used clothing, right?
Yeah.
Yes. That's how we say it locally. The used clothing into the country. Those days, it used to be proper clothes that can be sold or given to people to wear, about 80 to 90%. Now, the white people are using, or those who bring it to the country, they are using it as a modus to actually put a lot of plastic in our system by giving us a lot of the useless clothing that nobody can wear. So, you get my point. So, you have to then throw them away, which is now becoming part of our problem. And already we have a serious sanitation problem.
Yeah.
We have choke gutters, we have all the other ways and difficulties of disposing of some of these things. And the problem is with also the plastic part and making us in some dumping grounds for all of that. Ghana's debt payments set to surge. There's a report on the front page here. And banks record 63 million loss. This is to fraud in 2023 amid a rise in ATM and card-related cases.
Again.
And when I'm worried about this, the bit where it identifies staff as playing a critical role.
Staff of the banks.
Yeah,
Yes,
they do
in
sometimes.
these fraudulent.
Anyway, let's get